Coming up with hooks. So you've heard me talk about hooks a lot throughout this training, and it's important with every product that you ever create that you have a good hook. So you say, Jason, exactly if you had to define a hook, what would that be? And a hook is an angle or an aspect of a product so utterly compelling that a customer can't resist investigating further. Some of the hardest stuff you'll ever do in this business is getting somebody to stop and give you a second glance. You can make a fortune if you're just able to get second glances in this business. So the hook is what pulls them in and makes this occur. Now there's several different types of hooks that I rely upon to create my products. The time hook is by far my favorite. There's the negative hook, the authority hook, the incongruent hook, the exotic hook, the specific hook, the controversy hook, and the proof hook. So let me break you down with examples and specifics related to these hooks. So here's the first hook. It's a time-based hook, 10-minute declutter, the stress-free habit for simplifying your home. So you could interview experts that could each give their tip on how to declutter or rid themselves of clutter with a simple 2-minute exercise each per day. Now, how to write an article in 7 minutes or less, that is a time-based hook, including proofreading and research, by the way. And, how to create a near world-class sales letter in less than 3 hours, that is a time-based hook. Create one product, or create a 1-1-1 product, one problem, one solution, one sitting, that's a time-based hook. All of these are time-based hooks. When in doubt, go with the time-based hook. It's the most powerful, it's the simplest, and it's something that you can easily take a focus on and say, what are people already solving, and I'm just going to solve it faster. If you do nothing but that, you are styling, my friend. Here is a negative hook. So this is a book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, a leadership fable. So this is a sub-hook, by the way. A fable is a sub-hook. You can do hooks within hooks. But the negative major hook is the words. Usually titles and products have benefits. So we put a pain or a negative in it, and that can grab a lot of attention. Here's another type of hook. This is the authority hook. Extreme ownership, how U.S. Navy SEALs lead and win. So this can be very easy to do from an interview product. Find an absolute authority that people say, damn, he's a doctor. Or wow, that's a scientist. Or wow, that's a U.S. Navy SEAL. And by the way, ownership and leadership isn't exclusively related to Navy SEALs. You could teach leadership to parents of children, but you can still draw from lessons on Navy SEALs and things like that. Authority, just overall authority, or even within a niche specific authority that is compelling, is a powerful hook. Incongruence, the gifts of imperfection. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. Your guide to a wholehearted life. So this is an incongruent, the gift of imperfection, right? Putting two things that don't belong together is very powerful in terms of getting somebody's attention because it's so unique to them. It's so not likely to occur in the wild because it's two things that are incongruent with each other that somehow have been made congruent. The hook is irresistible. Very powerful to say, let me take another look, or let me take a closer look. The Exotic. This is a great book, by the way. The life-changing magic of tidying up, the Japanese art of decluttering and organizing. The key word here is Japanese art. It's exotic. It's foreign. It's not something that we're used to being exposed to. That thing that is coming from way outside the realm of what's normal. That's powerful from a hook perspective. Specifics are always better than generalities when it comes to hook. The 4x4 diet, 4 key foods and 4-minute workouts that in 4 weeks lead to the body that you want. So this is very thematic too. I don't know if you're going to get that goofy with it, but being very specific. So how to write an article in 7 minutes or less is a powerful hook in its own right. It's a time-based hook, but including proofreading and research makes it even better because it's more specific. And so products that you can create that can get very specific are much more believable. And we'll talk about believability here in a little bit because it's important. Controversy. Asshole. Swear word adult coloring book. There's some incongruence to this as well. Flowers and rainbows and stuff on a cuss word. But controversy is very powerful. It can backfire. But boy, if it works right, it works right. So controversy is a consideration. and proof. So this is one of, I've read all this guy's books basically, and he's the only American, I believe, who's climbed and summited all 8,000 meter peaks in the world. There's 14 8,000 meter peaks in the world. Of course, obviously Everest is the tallest, although it's not the most dangerous. But Ed over here has proof. His proof is he's the only American who's ever climbed all 14 peaks. I believe that's still accurate, by the way. And so if you haven't climbed all 14 peaks, maybe you can be like David Roberts over there, who helped Ed write the book on climbing 14 peaks. And there are other people who have done things nobody in the world has done and have the proof. They just either haven't sat down and created a product yet, or a specific type of product yet. And you can basically borrow their proof. So when you go through, use this guide before you create your first few hooks to consider, do I have proof elements that I can draw from? Do I have time-based elements that I can draw from? Do I have negative or incongruence or all that kind of stuff? And you can mix and match these things together. But these are raw materials that you can use to help guide you with creating your hook.